gone back and forth?
Well, I think that it can always be added to what's already been there, but I think it just really agitated even more because of allegations. I mean, I remember Jean Pascal from Canada was so surprised I whooped his ass. And I believe Corbett, the first fight, was a draw. I believe I won that fight. And most of the Canadians, which I won a lot of fans since then, believe I won that fight. And because of my age and because of my performance, in Montreal, when I got the win at the spanking and did 7 to 8 push-ups in between rounds, which is historic, or last part in boxing history, he made some allegations, if you remember that, about my integrity and my character. And I didn't let that slide. And I said to him, which I will say on camera now, when he make a public apology, I will return his titles that I have, which we normally do in boxing as a tradition. They make your belt when you win one, but at that night of the fight, when you win the other guy's belt, it's sort of commercialism. You take pictures, you keep it. But when you say something nasty out your mouth to a guy like myself, who won't eat sugar unknowingly in my diet, let alone be accused of things that I know that I'm against that. So he might look at this video and make a public apology. I know it will hurt his ego to do that, but I'll just have 2 or 3 extra belts that I really don't need because I paid for the other ones I got by sanctioning fees. But anyway, it's really a thing where you just gotta wait and see, and hopefully the fight that people want to see, and good for boxing and is good for their legacy and what they established in the middleweight division, which I ruled for 12 years with 20 defenses. And I want to see the fight. I want to see the fight and put everything not out of people's memory, but just put this where it belongs in the past and not forget about it, but understand that we must move on and now get to the business of which I pay for. Boxing.
My last question, if Gennady does get a fight, Cinco de Mayo, and defends his belts, I believe he either ties or surpasses your middleweight defense record. Is that, I mean, it's not against Canelo. I feel like that defense would have been legitimate, kind of, you know what I mean, a record-breaking. It looks like it might be Vanes Martirosyan. Do you feel that kind of belittles that accomplishment, having beaten your title defense record?
Well, I'm not going to deny anything that has something to do with whether you can make an argument the opponents he fought compared to the opponents I fought. We live in different era. I came up in an era, I was just more or less a unique and different individual in any athletic sports to be able to take it as far as I did, which is really in 2 decades past mine. Not one, but 2 decades past mine by numbers, and numbers of my age, and winning fights way past 40, and titles, and making history, and breaking records. So I think that if you look at the era of the contenders in the middleweight division who Triple G had to fight, there's no comparison, not belittling, not taking away and not downplaying that he won these decisions by fighting, of course.
There's levels.
But when you look at the levels of the game, and as one of the rappers says from Philadelphia, my friend Meek Mills, there are levels to this. And the levels to this is night and day. That's right.
Appreciate you, Bernard. Thank you very much.
Yes.